Hi, I'm Leanne Ely. I'm a nutritionist, a New York Times best-selling author, and some people even say I'm a life coach. I started the Daily Dish Show to share my story, my truth, and my journey to vibrancy, and to inspire others to do the same. Because it's all about grit, perseverance, and finding a way despite the odds. It's about embracing the whole woman, not just the parts that are easy to love, and feeding her heart, mind, body, and soul. But I found that this isn't just my story, it's your story too. It's go time. This is the Daily Dish. It's the Daily Dish, and it's Monday, and it's Motivational Monday, and today is recorded, just letting you know. But that doesn't mean that tonight is going to be recorded. You know why? Because tonight we are doing the Hot Melt 30 webinar. It's absolutely 100% free. And the whole goal of the Hot Melt 30 is to get you in a mindset of hot melt as a lifestyle. Not boring, lots of really good recipes. The guide is amazing. And it's also to get you to the place of commitment level of having this be the way that you live your lives. And there's a lot I could tell you about it, but you can go get yourself signed up today for the webinar because it's tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. Just go to savingdinner.com/30. That's spelled out THIRTY. I'm really excited about this. I want you there. There's a whole mindset that goes along with this, and that's a lot of what we're going to be talking about. Of course, we have plans. Of course, we have all the rest of it. But that's what we're going to be talking about. And I really think you should be there. Seriously. If not, if you can't be there, just sign up anyway and you will get the replay. Okay, deal? All right. Also, we have Croctober surprise going on. And this is surprise. It's a surprise until the end of October. What we're doing here is we're giving you a year subscription for our Dinner Answers program, which is menus, recipes, shopping list every single day, no matter how you eat, no matter how many are in your household. And it just makes it so easy. And plus you can change things up. And you get that, by the way. Usually that's $97. We've discounted it to $67, but we've added some incredible bonuses. I'm not going to ruin the surprise. Go to savingdinner.com/surprise, and you can go see that for yourself. Lastly, we have our SOTW, man. You know what that is? Special of the week. Show special of the week. It could be SSOTW. Never done this one before. Okay, you ready? Put on your big girl panties because it's Just Juice Veggies. Buy 3, get 1 free. Y'all, screaming deal, especially if you love our Just Juice Veggies. This is every scoop of this stuff, by the way, is 7 to 9 servings of fruit and vegetables a day. Can you imagine in a scoop? Goes in my smoothie every single day. So essentially, I'm doubling up on my fruits and vegetables. You should be doing the same thing. Don't forget to go and check this deal out. Only as supplies last. savingdinner.com/show. Ta-da! We're going to be talking about conviction to confidence, how conviction has a path to get to the place of confidence. And the most incredibly important quote, and my hero, Diana Nyad, is our quote of the week, which really goes along with what we're talking about today. And the quote of the week is, "I failed and faltered many times, but I can look back without regret because I was never burdened with the paralysis of fear and inaction." And I'll tell you, I've got that one on a 3x5, and I've underlined paralysis of fear and inaction. We don't need to be paralyzed. We don't. We just need to make a choice to go forward, regardless. That's where your courage comes. That's where your brave heart shows. And that's where we become the women we're meant to be. Vibrancy doesn't happen with inaction. Vibrancy doesn't happen on the couch. Vibrancy happens when you make a determined decision to go forward from conviction to confidence that you can do it. Yes, you can. You wouldn't be here on this planet if you couldn't. All right, so let's talk. Let's talk turkey. So here's the thing I know about conviction, right? You know this too. You get a couple of different meanings out of the word, but conviction can either put you in jail, right? Or give you the freedom to live a completely different life. Think about that one. Think about it. Conviction can put you in jail or it can give you immense freedom. Conviction, by the way, is declarative. Guilty, off you go in cuffs, right? Off you go in cuffs. Or it is a firmly held belief or opinion. And I would add a firmly held belief or opinion that that pushes you into action. It's not just lip service. There's action attached to it. So here you go. I'll give you some convictions here. Religion, anyone? Politics, food, health, all of that. People have firmly held beliefs and convictions about all of these things. They do. You ever seen a war against a vegetarian and a carnivore, for example? It can get pretty ugly. There's a lot going on back and forth. But there's three things that we need to know about this whole thing. And that is who you are, what you stand for, and what you take responsibility for. That means that you truly are under conviction. So when you think about this, when you are speaking with conviction, you know what that is? And we say this all the time around here. It's using your voice. It's understanding that what you think about and what you are about is important. You're here on purpose and for purpose, after all. So when we lack conviction, guess what else we lack? We lack faith, belief, morals, aspiration. And guess what? When we lack all this stuff, you don't have a path. You don't know which way to go. And so that conviction isn't going to do anything. That lack of conviction isn't going to do anything for you. We all need to be convicted that this is the path that we need to be on. Absolutely, every single one of us. You know what conviction is? Conviction is Scarlett O'Hara. I'll never go hungry again. You remember and look what Scarlett O'Hara did. I mean, I'm not condoning her, she's a fictional character, yes, but her behavior was a little bit askew, but her conviction was firmly in place, right? So what we also know is that integrity is letting that light of yours shine and follow through and become the woman that you are. That's vibrancy right there, is when your integrity follows suit with action. So we have to live like we mean it. We have to live like we mean it. We get one shot, one. So if we're, if we're all over the place and nothing's really, we're mimsy-mamsy, mediocre, lukewarm, what does the Bible say? Spit it out of your mouth? Yeah, there's no conviction there. Live with conviction. Live like you mean it. Use your voice, and the confidence will show up as you do. So Thomas Carlyle once said, conviction is worthless unless it's converted into conduct. Isn't that so true? It is worthless unless it's converted into conduct. But furthermore, how about this one? You're going to love this one, by the way. Tony Robbins, you know who he is, right? The big, tall guy. He has six, I call them the Tony Robbins points, 6 Tony Robbins points to get you to that place from conviction to confidence. And I'll give them to you just super straight. And don't forget, if you're not getting our newsletters, you can get our newsletter, today's show notes, in tomorrow's newsletter. They're helpful, and it reminds you to show up every day who you are, right? So Tony Robbins, so here's what he says. Number 1 is to know your values. Know who you are. Know what you stand for. Know what's yes and what's a no. Don't be in the middle. Don't have a spine that doesn't hold you up. You don't want to be that pushover person. You want to be a woman of conviction. Number 2, practice positive thinking. Now, that one just sounds like, whatever, right? But we practice our negative thinking all the time. And how has that helped us out? It is a shift to go from being really negative over here and changing and becoming positive. So if this is what's in your in your sphere of what it is that you want in your life, You have got to make a conscious decision to change the way that you're thinking. And as that negative pattern comes up, replace it with something that you want instead. I always look at it this way. You can be solution oriented, or you can be problem oriented. If all you're thinking about the problem and you're airing it out and you're complaining about it and you're letting everybody know about it, you're not going to get to the place of figuring out how to find a good solution. So be solution oriented. Number 3 is change your physiology. I don't know if you've ever seen Tony Robbins do this, but he does this, and there's a bunch of people out there in the whole personal development space that do this, but they do these huge deep breaths. They'll go do ice baths. They'll do all these things that just changes up their body chemistry. When you change your physiology, you start to change your behavior. You start to change the way that you think, simply because your body, this big bodysuit of chemicals, also changes. If you're having all these negative thoughts, you're having inflammatory thinking. And if you're inflammatory thinking, then you're going to do inflammatory actions. And it's all going to follow suit. Super low vibe. But if you're changing your physiology, and you're, Amy Cuddy, I think is her name, Cuddy, Cuddy. She did a body language thing on TED Talk, a TED Talk body language. And she had you just acting like you were Superwoman, putting your hands on your hips like this and just holding back your shoulders and holding your chin up and standing tall. Doesn't that make you feel a little bit different? It makes you at least look confident. And you can show up and be confident. Number 4, accept your emotions. Now, when I say this, accept your emotions, we all have them. But remember, and I said this last week, emotions are not oceans. Emotions are simply waves. They come and they go. They come and they go. And we have to also go, once again, back to the way that we're thinking, because what we focus on grows, what we think about expands, and what we dwell upon becomes our destiny. So thinking in dwelling on negative emotions, it is going to turn into an ocean. So if we could remember that emotions are merely waves, they're merely waves. They're going to come and go. Go ahead and process them. No big deal. And feel them and be a part of them and maybe come to some conclusion about them. But don't be afraid of them. Just know that it's just part of the human experience. Number 5 is communication skills. Are you using good communication skills? Could it be better? Could you be more gentle? Could you be kinder? Are you a good listener? All of these things are part of communication skills. Communication skills isn't just talking and saying things just right. It's also listening. It's having a conversation. It's hearing what the other person is saying and allowing that to come in and have an appropriate response. Not just waiting for them to take a breath so that you can insert your brightness and wisdom, right? When we learn to do that, boy, does our love grow. Doesn't our empathy grow? And we go from being merely convicted to being super confident and bringing people in instead of repelling them by having really good communication skills. And then the last thing is this, one of my favorite things, is always reevaluate and analyze. Is this working for me? We've got to have the guts to look at ourselves and look at what's going on and look at the way things are going. Because if it's not going the way we want it to go, then we need to change things up. It's that simple. And if we change things up, guess what happens? We get to see shifts in the people around us. We see a shift in ourselves. We see a shift in our conviction, in our confidence, and we become the women we're meant to be. Vibrant, loving, caring, and just having a really incredible life. I believe life is always working out for me on my behalf. I do, with all of my heart. And I want you to believe that as well. And you can do that if you work with your conviction and work into confidence. Can we do that together? Pinkies up? That's what I say. Tonight, don't forget, tonight is the night you want to be here. It's happening at 7 p.m., the Hot Melt 30. It's going to keep you from going off the rails this holiday season. It's going to keep you from being all wobbly, and it's going to keep you sturdy and strong in the way that you want to present yourself to this world. I'm serious. Yeah, I'm offering a lot. It's a short presentation. I'll take all of your questions. I will be there to the bitter end. I hope you'll be there. savingdinner.com/30, THIRTY. I'll see you then. Peace be with you. Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining me today. You can find me on TikTok for daily tips to help support your most vibrant life. And remember, you are the author of your own story. Until next time.